Today I want to give you, as quick as possible, a tutorial on how to create a book cover, a complete book cover in Affinity Publisher. Now, the one that you see in front of you right now, this is my wife's new book that she has just had printed. I've actually got it in front of me here. It's been printed. It's gone off to the printers, and this was the design that she asked me to do for her. You can see on the right hand side is the front cover. You see the spine in the middle, and the back cover is on the back with the barcode and the International Standard Book number is in that barcode with a pricing code right next to it. She has a photograph up there and she has some text. Now I'm going to show you how to do this in Affinity Publisher. Now the size of the book is an A5 size book. It's A5, and yeah, so you've got to calculate in one document. This is not, you're not going to have several documents. It's only going to be one page that you have to calculate. So A5 is, if we go up to, just check what size A5 is, just to see what a normal A5 size is. If you look under A5 and you look at the dimensions here, on the right hand side you see the page width is 148 millimeters and the height is 210. Now the height is going to be that same height for this entire book cover, but the page width, remember we're going to have to add in 2 page widths plus the spine, which is dependent on how many pages the book is going to have. So I presume that you know how many pages need to be laid out for the text, for the inner part of the book. And I'm going to show you how to calculate the spine width as well. That's very, very important. Now we have independent printers here in Cape Town, South Africa, and this is what they require of us. So anyway, if we add together 148 and we multiply it by 2, 148 multiplied by 2, that is 296. That's 2 148 width pages right next to each other. And then if you see, let me just close this, let me just cancel this quickly. Just wanted to show you you know, I've already done the calculation of the spine width. So if we go down here to transform, you'll actually see the width of the spine is 13.7 millimeters. So that's what we've calculated for the amount of pages that a book holds. So there's 264 pages in her book, which works out to be, as I said, 13.7 millimeters. So this is where you go to here's a website where you can go. This is in South Africa actually, because you can see the address is ctpprinters.co.za. co.za is for South Africa. It says width weight calculator. So you write in the trim height, which is 210. The trim width is 148. The page extent, meaning how many pages does the book actually have. So you have to work that out. So this one will be 264. So we're writing it 264. And everything is bond 70 GSM. That's what we want. Now look, it's calculated 132 leaves, because remember there's printing on both sides. And look there, 13.804. So in our document here, we have 13.7. So I just snugged it up a little bit, so that sort of 0.7 of a millimeter isn't going to really make much difference. So it worked out to be 13.7 millimeters for our book. For our spine. That's very, very important, because you have to have that calculation correct, plus this is 148 on this side and 148 on that side. All right, so let's get started with our calculations now for the new document. Print, we're going with A5, so the page width is, remember what we said, it's 296 plus 13.7, so it's 296 plus 13.7 gives us 309.7 or 7 millimeters for the page width. 309, yeah, 309, 7. Oh, it's 0.7, 0.7. All right, they want 0.7 millimeters. There we go. And it's 210, because that's the page height. And we're wanting an orientation. What are we doing? Oh no. All right, let's just do it again. It's 309.7 millimeters by 210. All right, we don't want 12 pages. We want one, only one. We want a default master. We don't want facing pages. And we're going to do margins. Now, our margins I've worked out to be we could start off with 10 millimeters all the way around, and our bleed needs to be 3. It's very, very important. 3 millimeters. The printers that we use require 3 millimeters for the bleed. The bleed is the area that your pictures that are going to be on your cover, the borders will extend in that, and they'll trim it right up to the exact measurement of the actual book size, and they'll trim right into those 3 millimeters. All right, so we just create this now, and whoops, okay, there we go. Now we've got a margin around, and we have a bleed, you can see. And now we need to bring a let me just do something here. We need to bring a line into the very center. There we go, 154.8, that's dead center. That is, that's what we're going to need to do. That's so that we can get our spine correct. So now look at this as, on this side is your front cover, that side is your back cover, and this part will be where the spine will go. So let's go down here to our rectangle tool, and starting right up in the bleed, we just draw a rectangle down to the other side of the bleed, and the width will be 13.7. Remember, that's for our spine width. That's all good. Spine width is there. Make sure you've got this little, what looks like a magnet selected, and just make sure you align this spine up into, you know, the middle, the very dead center of your book. Now you'll notice that we've eaten into this to either side. Let's drag out another guideline, because we want to have more or less, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be exact, but you may, but I've chosen 140 millimeters in. Drag another one out for the other side. It's about 170. Oh, that's difficult. Anyway, there you go. So now we can put everything in there. Now, if you look at what we did before, this color, this is a nice yellowy color. We're going to copy this little hex number down the bottom so we can get the exact number on the other side of the document, because now it's gray. And we're not going to go grayscale, we're going to go hex. And we're going to paste that number in there. We're going to paste it in there, it gives us the yellow. There we go. So we're going to, oops, we should have saved it. Let's just go back. The hex number is there. We've got to put this number in now. Okay, let's just do this again. Just put it in, and there we go. You copy and paste that into the hex number there, and you'll get that orangey, yellowy color. Now we're going to get another rectangle, and we're going to drag it out right from the edge of the bleed all the way in. Let's go and have a look at the color for this yellow. This yellow is, that's the hex there for that one. So we're going to copy and we're going to paste it into our what are we doing? Let's just go down here. Just remove that, paste this one in, and voila, look at that. Okay, so now you hold down the Alt key, pull this one across to the other side, and just, it's duplicated it. Now we have both the front and the back covers with the spine in the middle. All right, that's how you work out your colors. You'll notice also that we have a little graphic down the bottom here. There it is. We go over to our stock images, and I've gone to Pixabay and I've typed in their wheat fields, and there it is. We take it and we drag it right in, let it go. We'll have to do a little bit of resizing here in a minute, I think. Yeah, you have to do some resizing. These images, by the way, are free. Let's just hold down your Control key, and on your keyboard where there's a minus, just click that a few times so that we bring our graphic in, and we can now resize it to about over there. Well, you know, I want to just leave it there. Okay, all right. So now we can just crop it. There you take the crop tool on the left, and all you do is just drag it in to the edge of the bleed. Bring it up to the same size by Command and 0 or Control and 0 on Windows. We can bring it down a little. I don't know how big this size is. I must have I resized it, and I did a whole bunch of different things. Alright, so that's our image. Can maybe resize it a little bit, squash it down just ever so slightly. And what we're going to do is, just wanted to show you, you're going to you're going to select in our layers, our blend mode is called multiply. Now watch what happens when you use the blend mode of multiply. Let's drag it up a little bit. The multiply blend mode for this little graphic. Look there. It cuts out the background very nicely. So we have our graphic in the front there. And we've gone right up to the bleed all the way around over there, and that's it. All right, so we're moving on. So now obviously you're going to want to select your own text. So let's say your author's name. Author name. It's a little bit big. Let me just bring it in here. So resize it just a little bit. There we go. Yep. Author's name. I don't even know what font I used. Yep. Let's go back there and have a look. What is the font that I used for a name? Well, League Spartan. League Spartan. All right. Let's go down to League Spartan. You can download this off the internet. I'm just putting it there, and I'm not going to make it bold. No, come on, we don't want you to be bold. Where are you? Oh, it is only bold. All right. Now you may like some other font. Let's look at this one. This one is Noontime. That's very nice. So let's go to Noontime. Let's actually choose this. Let's go to Noontime. There it is. Alrighty, Noontime. Alright. Well, let's just have a look and see. It's not 100%. It's not exactly the same, but it's close. You can tweak it. You can play around with it. And let's see what the next one is. I just got to refer to this. Let's see. This one is called Beebus Newer. Beebus. Let's go back there. Select this again. And we're going to drag up to Beebus. Beebus. There we go. No. Yep. Beebus. Oh, it's probably too big, but that's all right. I'll just. What did I do with this one? Let's have a look. Okay. Yeah. I probably want to drag it down a little. I've made it black, but I could do it grey. I think grey might be even better. But I decided on black. But why don't we just give this a little try? Color. Let's go down here. Let's go up here to grayscale. You know, sometimes a grey is very nice. It's quite good. 42 grayscale will be 42. And we can do another grayscale. Just make it different. How's that? I don't know. Perhaps the black is better, but anyway. But you can play around with yours. Just want to show you what I did here with the character stuff. Positioning. Let's just suck it in a little bit. There we go. Your new season. Yeah, I actually don't like this. I like the black. I just like the black more. I don't like that grey. I saw somebody on the internet said that if you're going to have a yellow color, you've got to have some kind of grey. But anyway, I didn't like it. All right, so let's go back to our cover and let's have a look. You know, these look on the internet for some examples. You go to Google and you type in there book covers, and you come up with a lot of different examples and inspirational ideas that you can use. Anyway, the photograph, you can make a little white. I'm not going to tell you how to do that, but sorry, I just gone and done something. Yeah, what am I doing? What am I doing, man? All right. When you're going to do a little photograph, put it there. You get your text, and you can just drag it out as well. About there. Obviously, you're going to wrap the photograph around where have you gone? Let me just do this. I've got to. My battery is running down, so I've got to just quickly plug this in. There we go. Oh, battery ain't plugged in. Let me just do this quickly. Otherwise, we're gonna run out of juice, and then we're gonna be in trouble. Okay, there we go. Let's just go to our to our layers, and let's find a picture frame. There we go. And we are going to let's put in a bit of text here. Text. Insert for the text. There you go. And let's just wrap it around. You can wrap it around, I think. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, man. Why is this not working so well? Anyway, I'm just gonna. I think I need to just put a. Okay, that's it. I don't want to do that anymore. Let's go back to picture frame. Let's place a photograph. Let's place a photograph quickly. Documents. You can find a photograph. So I'm just going to find one of my wife's photographs. Maybe the same one. Can't actually remember where I got it. Man. I got it from somewhere. Got it from somewhere. But look, you can find a photograph and stick it in there. And then you're going to need to wrap this text around the photograph. I don't know if it needs to be at the top or where it needs to be. But here's the text wrapping. Wrap style, what's going on? Let's just get this right. It just won't wrap. I don't know what I did here. Let's just actually, instead of doing that, let's just drag a little box in here. That's right. And that's going to be our graphic. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. It's just you can tweak this to your liking. Yeah, you can do that. Let's just change the color of this to something that we can distinguish. So let's say, for instance, our photograph is in there. Okay, person's photograph, their picture goes in, say over there. Down here, you're going to have the background for your International Standard Book number. That's a little bit big. And this is where you're going to go and get it. Derek Murphy. He's a guy, he's got a website called Creative Indie Covers. And you can read the instructions here. The free online ISBN barcode generator. So you just follow these instructions here. You put your ISBN, your number in there. No brackets or spaces or anything. Just put the whole number in. And then follow, if you live in the US or Canada, wherever, follow his instructions here for your pricing. And yeah, and then you click give me barcode. Give me my barcode, and just follow the download instructions. And then you download your barcode somewhere on your computer. And then once you've downloaded it, now obviously we don't want that gray, we want it white. Then you're going to place the barcode in that little white rectangle. Let's go back here. Let's go to Kathy's book. It started off with one book, and now it's a whole bunch of books. So I just put all the books in that one folder with subfolders and all that sort of thing, so I know exactly where they are. Here's a little folder called ISBN. Double click on it. We go again, and now you'll see it says isbn.eps. This is the one you're going to place. So you click on it, you say open, and then you drag it out there. There's your barcode. So you've got your white background. Otherwise, if you didn't have a white background, say for instance, and the barcode would sit like that on the book. Some people like it, but I think it's a little bit better if it's that way. And you can resize it and drag it. So remember, you can also make the background there white and put your photograph on top of that. Trim it down to size, and you know, just like I've done over there with my wife's photograph, and a little write-up about the book, and then you A for away. And then now for this spine area, all you do is you duplicate this one. You hold down Alt, you drag it away, you press down Shift, and then you turn it so it's 90 degrees. Obviously you're going to resize this for the spine, you know, just resize it so it fits in nicely. The author name, space it out nicely there in the middle. Do it again with this one. Hold down Alt, drag, let go, spin it around, hold down Shift, spin it until it's 90 degrees, let go, bring it in, resize it, hold down Command or Control, and then it'll sort of resize it. You don't have to, yeah, you don't have to hold down Control, but it does help a bit anyway. And then you just drag until you get that little green light indicator. And here's another one. Do the same. Hold down Shift, twist it down 90 degrees. This one needs a resize, definitely. Something along those lines. Now you can space it out a little bit if you like. You can make it go down. No, it just really depends. You can sort of pull it out a little bit. I don't know. There we go. That's better. That was a bit too big. There we go. You can play around with the spacing a little bit, and just make sure that you've got your spacing nicely, your author name and whatever else. And there you have a book cover. Oh yes, if you want to just format this text a little, select it, and just, you can justify it nicely. Yep, there you go. You don't need to put a lot in there, and you can play around with how large you want it or small you want it or whatever else. All right, so there we go. And there you have your book cover completed. Just play around with all these different settings. I don't think this is 100%. It's okay. I just want to do one last little tweak here down with characters. Let's just have a look at our typography. Author name or that. No, that actually, well, I don't know. I suppose it would work. Same for this one. Author name. I've just done something different there. Probably doesn't look so great, but play around and see what you can come up with. This is what we decided on, or what my wife decided on. There's her name and the title of a book, and everything else is there. It's all been done that side. There we go. All right, so that's not so difficult. So now when you're going to export this, you're going to go File. You're going to export it as a PDF. I'm just going to ignore the pre-flight. Now we're going with PDF for print 300, including a bleed. There it is. We go more. Here we're going to, it's a PDF. All these are fine. That's all okay. Convert image color spaces. That's all fine. We want to not embed. We want to make text as curves. Sometimes these fancy text, this fancy text here, doesn't come out. When I exported this the first time, it didn't. It just rendered it very badly. So I made text as curves. So you won't even know that it's curves. It's so good. It does it very, very well. Okay, so we want include bleed. So we say include printer's marks, crop marks. Take that away and all the others away, and you just want crop marks. Everything else here can stay the same way as it is. And then we click close and we say export. We're going to our desktop and we're going to just say test. I'll call it book cover test. There we go. Now you can call it whatever you like. Save it in a folder where you like, where your project is. Click save. It'll save it out. Takes a little bit of time. It won't be a very big file. And now it's going to show us in Acrobat Reader. There we go. There it is. Notice the crop marks. That's where the printers cut. They cut along that line, or they trim it off to there. These are the trim lines all the way across. From this one all the way down, that one all the way across. You see what I'm saying? And that way they trim it exactly to an A5 size book. And you've got everything laid out nicely just the way you wanted it. All right, so there we go. So, just put a comment down there and let me know how you feel about your newly, sorry, put a comment, let me know how you feel about this tutorial, and then maybe let me know how your project is going. All right, so there we go. Thank you.